From Hollywood, the Jack Benny Program, brought to you by Lipton Tea. The change of pace drink. Your change of pace in flavor and refreshment. Brisk Lipton Tea.
Meet Bob Ferguson. He rushes, gulps his coffee, rushes, and more coffee. So, Bob likes a change from coffee. And this is it. The change of pace drink, Brisk Lipton Tea. It's your change of pace and refreshment. Satisfies like coffee, but refreshes you better. That brisk flavor gives you a friendlier lift. It's your change of pace and flavor. Tastes so much cleaner and fresher, blended to the American taste with choice orange pico tea leaves. Better tea in a better tea bag. Not just two sides, the Lipton Flow-Through tea bag has four. The boiling water swirls inside, outside, all around. Brews full strength flavor, gives you that Lipton lift. So for a change of pace from coffee, this is it. The change of pace drink, Brisk Lipton Tea.
Gentlemen, tonight it is my privilege to present the star of our show, and here he is, Jack Benny.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our show. Now, the reason we had Don Wilson introduced me while I was standing behind him is because starting today, Don is going on a diet, you see? And he's going to stay on this diet until I can introduce him standing behind me. At which point, I'll fire him because who laughs at a thin announcer? But anyway, to get started with this show, you know, ladies and gentlemen, the documentary type of television show is getting to be very, very popular. So I have secured a true story from the files of the New York Police Department. And I've gone through a lot of expense to get this property, you see. Of course, the blackjacks and the guns and the handcuffs and everything, I didn't have to pay for those. They were lent to me by the boys in our orchestra. Don't worry, fellas, you'll get it back. And this story that we're going to do, we were going to present to you today, will go on immediately after a number by my singing star, Dennis Day, ladies and gentlemen. Dennis, it's always a pleasure having you on my show.
Well, thank you, Mr. Benny, and it's nice of you not to bawl me out for being late for rehearsal.
Well, kid, anytime you're late for rehearsal, I know there must have been something important that you had to do. What was it?
I overslept.
What?
Well, you see, I was out late last night. I went to a drive-in movie.
Oh, you went to a drive-in movie, huh?
Uh-huh.
What was playing there?
Oh, I didn't see the picture.
You didn't see the picture, huh? Well, Dennis, then if you went to the drive-in movie, you went in with your girl, huh?
No, I was parked the wrong way.
Now, Dennis, look it. I can understand you going into a drive-in movie without your girl. I can even understand you're being parked the wrong way. But after you found out, why didn't you turn the car around?
Well, what I was watching was more interesting than the picture.
You know, ladies and gentlemen, sometime I'm going to introduce Dennis standing behind me, and I'm going to keep him there through the entire show. Now, Dennis, it's time for your song, so go around the set and sing it, will you, please?
Yes, sir.
Wait a minute, Dennis! vacuum. Dennis, where'd you get those shoes?
Oh, these are my mother's. I cut the heels down.
Look, Dennis. Look, Dennis, I cannot stand squeaky shoes.
Oh, but Mr. Benny...
Now, so take them off, will you? Now, please, take them off.
All right.
Now, go and sing your song.
Yes, sir.
You know, I just thought of something. Ireland must be heaven, because Dennis is over here.
What a day this has been. What a rare mood I'm in. Why, it's almost like being in love. There's a smile on my face for the whole human race. Why, it's almost like being in love. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I would swear I was falling. I could swear I was falling. It's almost like being in love. All the music of life seems to be like a bell that is ringing for me. And from the way that I feel when that bell starts to peal, I would swear I was falling. I could swear I was falling. It's almost like being in love.
Thank you, Squeaky Day. And now, ladies and gentlemen, as I promised you, we are going to give you this true story taken from the files of the New York Police Department. Now, the scene is going to take place...
Hold it. Just a minute, Jack.
Don, well, what is it? What's the matter?
Well, Jack, I don't mean to be technical about this, but I think I should introduce the sketch. After all, that's my job. I'm your announcer. Ladies and gentlemen, our drama tonight takes place...
Wait a minute, Don. I know you're my announcer. I know that, you see. But I happen to be the star of this show. So if I want to introduce the sketch, I'll introduce the sketch.
Well, I don't care whether you're the star or not. I should introduce the sketch.
Now, wait a minute. Look, am I going to have trouble with you, too?
You very well may.
Wait. Did you hear that? You very well may. I very well may. Don, pray tell, when did you move to Pasadena? He's trying so hard, you know, to get into the 400. 15 more pounds and he'll make it. Now, look, Don, I'm going to introduce the play, and that's it.
Jack, please.
What?
Don't you realize what these introductions mean to me? After all, I'm not a comedian. I don't tell jokes. I'm not an actor. I'm not a singer. I don't lead a band. What are you paying me for?
Don, you're hanging yourself. Don, I'm going to introduce the sketch, and that settles it.
Oh.
Big. Now, you know what he'll do now? He'll pout and sulk all through the show now. Oh. Don. Don.
Yeah?
If you want to introduce the police sketch, go ahead and do it. What's this, then?
Well, this is part of my wonderful introduction, and thanks very much, Jack.
Okay.
Ladies and gentlemen, tonight from the files of the New York Police Department, we bring you a drama filled with larceny, Intrigue. Panic. Terror. Outrage. Notoriety. And in this
Wait,
drama...
Don. Don, look. Look, you spell Lipton.
I did?
Certainly, come here and look.
Oh, for heaven's sake. I had no idea.
Not much, he didn't.
But as long as it's happened, I might just as well tell everyone about that Lipton lift you get from the brisk flavor of Lipton tea.
I'm sure you're going to.
It's
Yes.
tea to a man's taste, full-bodied and brisk.
Go ahead.
That's because Lipton has that flow-through tea bag that brews full-strength flavor.
Well, Don, I'd like to get something through your flow-through head. I wanted you out here to announce our play.
All right, Jack, you're the star. You're the star of the show. You go ahead and announce the play. I got what I wanted.
I wonder if I should cut Don's salary. I very well may. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are going to present that dramatic play from the files of the New York Police Department. This is the 24th Precinct Police Station. Here, crime, with its quick, easy promise, is shorn of its flimsy veneer and revealed in its sordid, squalid reality. The man you see at the typewriter is Detective Sergeant O'Day. The man looking through the file is Detective Wilson. The two men who just came in are Detective O'Brien and a suspect he has just arrested.
Where'd you get this one, O'Brien?
I picked them up on 39th Street and I got him up there starting a fire.
Well, take him upstairs and let the captain look at him.
Come on, Firefly, get going.
Incidentally, my name is Lieutenant Benny. I should be arriving at the office any minute. Oh, here I come now. I took off my hat and coat, and I hung them up on the hall tree. I exchanged a few pleasantries with Wilson and O'Day. I had heard a funny story last night, and I passed it on to the boys. Although I was a tough boss and a stickler for work, I had a lot of charm, and the boys loved me. It's a good thing I didn't see that. 24th Precinct, Lieutenant Benny speaking. Uh-huh. 485 Madison Avenue. Window pried open, screen out, no fingerprints. Yeah. Sounds like the cat burglar, all right. Okay, we'll get on it.
Oh, the cat burglar again, huh?
Yeah. That's the 15th cat he stole this week. It's terrible.
My cat's afraid to leave the house at night.
Well, listen, I'm not going to worry about cats. I got something else to worry about. That's that Blinky Mason murder case. They dug him out of the river there about a week ago, and we still don't know anything about him.
Well, we're sure of one thing. He must be a celebrity.
A celebrity, why?
His feet were in cement.
Well, Slim Finger Selma, eh?
I caught her over at the automat. She was lifting nickels out of the slots.
When he mentioned the automat, it made Detective Wilson forget about his diet, and he ran out to lunch. Sit down. Well, Selma, you're about the slickest pickpocket in the business. You've been arrested everywhere for picking pockets. In the library, at the railroad station. 2 weeks ago, they caught you at the zoo. Now, why in the world would you pick a baby kangaroo out of its mother's pouch?
To me, a pocket's a pocket.
What'd you do with the baby kangaroo?
I ain't talking.
Sit down over there. I'm gonna book you.
Gee, I'd like to see you looking swell. Baby, diamond bracelet, Woolworth doesn't sell.
Knock that off!
Well, what do we got here?
O'Rourke picked him up on a vagrancy charge. I thought you ought to question him.
Oh, all right, sit down. What's your name?
Savone. John L.C. Savone.
And you were arrested for vagrancy. All right, tell us your story.
Well, I'll tell you how it happened anyway. I was walking down the street. I wasn't doing anything. I was just walking down the street. I wasn't doing anything. I didn't feel like doing anything. Just walking down the street. I'm walking down the street. I wasn't doing anything.
I mean, you were just walking down the street. Huh?
Yeah. How'd you know?
Never mind that. I'm going to write down a report. How do you spell Savoni?
Savone. S.
That's right.
S.
Yeah.
M. I. T. H.
That's Smith.
That's closer than I usually get. How you like that? I spelled something.
All right, Savoni. Now, come on, let's hear the rest of your story. I want all of it.
Where was it?
You were walking down the street.
Was I doing anything?
No.
Well, while I was walking down the street, I wasn't doing anything. Somebody said to me, "Hey, you." I said, "Who?" He said, "You." I said, "Me?" He said, "Yeah." Then somebody said,
I don't care what anybody said. Now, listen, I'll get your story later. Here, take him away from here, will you?
please don't lock me up. If you lock me up, it means I'll have to cancel my trip.
What trip?
I'm supposed to go to Washington next week to discuss the missile program.
You discuss the missile program?
Yeah. I wanted to put me in a missile and shoot me to the moon.
Well, why would you want that?
I'm homesick.
away from here. Lock him up, will you?
Wait a minute. I just have one of those small requests.
What's that?
Can I have the same cellmate I had the last time? He's a real nice guy.
What's his name?
I don't remember his name, but I remember his number.
You do?
Yeah. It was
Lieutenant, I think we got something on the Blinky Mason murder case. Wait, sit down there. He was seen down by the river the night of the murder.
Yeah? So this is Big Louie, eh? Where did I see him before?
Last week on the Untouchables.
Now, look, Big Louie, I'm gonna crack this case wide open. You see? Now, I want to tell you something. You're gonna come through with this. I'm gonna get a confession out of you.
What are you gonna do, scratch me? He very well may.
You shut up. Now, tell me, Louie, where were you the night that Blinky Mason was bumped off?
Talking.
Now, wait a minute. I'm not playing any games here, you know. Start singing.
I can't give you anything
Get her out of here, will you?
Oh, 5528.
Now, come on, Louie. I'm through playing around. You killed Blinky Mason, didn't you?
I ain't talking.
Took him down to the river, put him in a barrel of cement, and threw him in, didn't you?
Yeah, well, I ain't talking.
You had it in for Blinky, didn't you? Huh?
I ain't talking.
Now wipe that silly smile off your face.
Then stop tickling me.
Now look, you're not gonna get out of here till I get the truth. I'm gonna get a confession out of you. You killed Blinky Mason.
Okay, I'll tell you the whole story, but I'm gonna put it in my own words.
All right, that's the way I want it. Now give it to me right now. The whole truth.
Well, it started about a week ago. I was walking down by the river, and the rays of the setting sun sinking into the west matched my mood of serene tranquility.
Serene tranquility.
And as night fell, darkness descended, and the sounds of the city diminished, and it was evident by the chirping of the crickets that it was a perfect night for nefarious activity.
Now cut that out! Let me ask you something. Are you trying to make a fool out of me?
What?
I said, are you trying to make a fool out of me? Yes!
What's going on here? What happened? I'm sorry I had to do it, fellas. Sorry? What for? He's had that coming to him for a long time.
Tell the other boys. Hey, fellas, come in. Mr. Benny now.
Yeah, he did it. He did it.
Oh, right next to you.
Boy, are we glad to see that.
No! What happened? What did they do to you, pal? What happened?
Well, I'll tell you what happened in a way. I was just standing there. I wasn't doing nothing. I was just standing. I I wasn't doing anything. I was just standing there. I wasn't doing anything. And he hit me.
He hit you?
Yeah.
He's punchier than I am.
Jack will be back in just a moment, but first...
Here's Fearless Fred, a careful driving State Farm policyholder. One day, Fred made a slight boo-boo. Now, some character at the office had been telling Fred, sure, their rates are low, but wait till you have a claim. But the fact is, you don't give up a thing to get State Farm's low rates, rates that may save money for 1 out of 2 car owners. World's largest, best protection. More agents in more places to handle your claim fast and fairly. Can you qualify? Then why pay more elsewhere? Call your State Farm Family Insurance man. He's in the yellow pages.
Think of saving $10, $20, $30 or more on car insurance. For careful drivers, call State Farm Insurance.
That's about it, ladies and gentlemen. And now, once again, I'd like to bring out my guests for a bow. First, the gentleman who played the part of the gangster, Mr. Mervyn Vai. You've seen him in the movies a lot. And now, the fellow who played the part of John L.C. Savoni, Mr. Frankie Fontaine. It's always so much fun having you on the show. Now that you're in town, you came all the way from Boston to do this, didn't you? And maybe tonight, you know, we'll, or tomorrow, let's go and have dinner together tomorrow.
Wonderful.
I'll pick you up. Where are you living here?
I'm staying right over at Sunset Boulevard.
Yeah? What's the address? What's the number?
03925 1706 Go on.
Good night, folks, and I'll see you next week for the State Farm Insurance. Good night.
The Jack Benny Program, brought to you by the Change of Pace drink, Brisk Lipton Tea. Next week's show will be brought to you by State Farm, the careful drivers and careful buyers car insurance. This has been a J&M production. And this is Don Wilson saying good night.